Chapter 10. You reach out and touch the K-9 dog Princey's coat. The dog closes his eyes. You concentrate. The police have their backs to you. It's now or never. There's that strange sensation again, of bones crunching, things growing that shouldn't be growing. You touch your ears and feel fur. You suddenly drop down on all fours and notice that you have paws instead of hands and feet. And the smell. You smell everything. Food. People. Animals. It's overwhelming at first. The other dogs cock their heads and look at you curiously. The one called Princey smells you and howls. After all, she's smelling herself. The two policemen look over. "Hey, Seidel," the taller one says. "Thought you only brought 2 dogs. Must have loaded a third, hey. The kid is missing." They rush over. You stand alert, tail twitching, like the other dogs. You're not just a dog. You're a cop. You have discipline. It's a good morph, you tell yourself. In a minute, they'll give up on a harmless kid who stuck a toe in the wrong habitat. Big deal. It's not like you're a big bad criminal. They'll load you into the van, take you back to the station, and you can take off from there. "This isn't good, Finley," Seidel says. "We're supposed to be on alert," Finley answers, frowning. "Especially for kids." "Especially for kids?" "Wait, here's a shoe. One of them has spied your sneaker. The dogs can track the kid." He holds the sneaker under your nose. Scent roars in. You're sent. The other dogs smell, then strain at the leashes. "We'll keep the one offline, see what happens," Finley says. The 2 dogs take off, and you follow, your nose to the ground, then in the air. Incredible. You can smell yourself. You can follow the air currents, know where you walked and stopped. The dogs follow your trail to the admission booth. They circle, and you do, too. Of course you know which way you went. You go in the opposite direction, but the other 2 take off down the sidewalk. Darn. You bound up behind them while the 2 cops hold the leashes. Why didn't you walk on the sidewalk? That would have confused the scent. Instead, you had stuck to the grassy part near the curb. The dog can smell your trail easily. "They've picked it up," Seidel says. He sounds relieved. More relieved than he should sound, since he's only tracking a kid. "Chapman says at least one of the kids infiltrated the sharing meeting," Finley says. "The policemen are controllers. And they'll follow your scent straight to your house. To your family." "I reported that kid who was hanging around the dunes," Seidel answers. "The others are going to pick her up. It won't be long before she's one of us." "Cassie. She was the one who'd hung out on the dunes, watching over Jake and his dog Morph. Cassie was in danger. You have to warn her. Warn the others. The other dogs lose your scent. You almost lose it yourself. You're in a more trafficked area of town now, near the Civic Center. Earlier, you had stopped at the center garage to leave a note on your mom's car. You said you'd be late for dinner. Even later than you'd thought. You hurry past the garage, but the other dogs suddenly pick up your scent. They race into the garage. The cops follow, running after them. "This isn't good," Seidel says in a low voice. You pick up his words easily with your dog hearing. "Visser 3 won't like it," Finley says in a worried tone. "So we won't tell him." The dogs lose the scent amid the oil stains and gasoline. They circle around, confused. But any minute they could find your mom's car. The note you left still might be tucked under the windshield wiper. It wouldn't take the cops long to figure out who you are. This is your only chance. You leap forward, barking, as if you've picked up the scent. You charge out of the garage. The other dogs follow. You know that you can't lead them completely astray, so you follow the route back to your neighborhood. You run flat out now, so that the others have trouble keeping up with you. But you make sure they keep you in sight. You get to the ferret lady's house and bark furiously outside. You circle the house and find the pet door. You nose it open and bound inside. The cops catch up and pound on the door. The ferret lady answers it. But already, you've caused a commotion. The ferrets are running crazily over the furniture. The cat is hissing and spitting. The other dogs add to the chaos. "What is it?" The ferret lady shouts over the din. "We're chasing a kid." The cops try to describe you. "Sounds like every kid in this neighborhood," the ferret lady sniffs. "I don't care if Visser 3 himself asks me, I'll say the same." So far, so good. You've confused them. Under cover of the chaos, you sneak out the pet door again. You bound next door. You remember leaving a sweatshirt outside after gardening chores this morning. You grab it in your mouth and race off. You take that sweatshirt all over the neighborhood, rubbing it against trees and sidewalks and grass. Soon, You see the cops and the K-9 dogs again. The dogs are barking, running from place to place while the cops strain to hold on to the leashes. You keep hidden and watch the cops get thoroughly confused. They give up, and you trot back home. Time is almost up. You morph back into human form in your garage. You hurry inside to call Cassie. But everyone has left already. If you rush to the school now, you could blow their cover. There's got to another way. Good morph choice. You deserve to proceed. Chapter 12. It's getting late, and you're freaked. Cassie is in danger. Should you head over to school to try to hook up with the others? You can't stay here while the other animorphs put their lives on the line. There's a suspicion that's been nagging at you. During the chase, the policemen looked very nervous at the parking garage. They muttered about Visser 3. What if something strange is going on there? It's only a little bit out of your way, so you decide to investigate the garage before heading to school. The garage is used during the day for city government workers. Right now, it's pretty deserted except for a security guard. You duck behind a car and wait until he heads down the ramp toward the entrance. You're about to explore when you see the guard wave in a large black van with tinted windows. Curious, you watch as the van heads up the ramp. Instead of parking, the van pulls up directly in front of the elevators. A group of people get out. You recognize Jake's brother, Tom. Controllers. Someone pushes a button to summon the elevator. You know you have to follow the group, but you can't stay in human form. Tom would recognize you. You have to try a morph. But what should you choose? You have to make a decision fast. You choose. Use your ferret morph. Use your K-9 German Shepherd morph.